Hi there everyone, Todd here, and today we're going to be taking a look at support and resistance levels, arguably the most important factor of any good technical analysis, in my opinion. All thoughts in this video are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so nothing in this video is a buy or sell recommendation. Please always remember to do your own research. Now, this here is the chart of the ASX 200. The XJO. Now, the white lines here are what I would consider and places on the chart where it's found support at, and then also where it's found resistance at. Notice here, in this time frame here, from June to about November, not much really happened. It sort of stayed in this range and went up and down, but once it broke out here, it massively sort of increased up about 8% or so in the span of, probably about a month. It really went on a tear, and it's sort of then going up and down around this area here. And right now it's cooling off a little bit. It cooled off on Friday, came back down a little bit, and I've placed a line here, back where it's found sort of resistance at. Maybe even right there, because there's a few more points there where that hits. And if I zoom in, you can see we have a little bit of a wick indicating it's going back up. Now, personally, I think we've factored in a lot of red overseas, but that didn't happen. So Monday will be a very interesting candle, whether it continues to, regain a little bit, maybe up, a little bit, maybe 0.5. Or what happens, we shall see tomorrow. But anywho, the next resistance, I would say, could potentially be where it was before, here, and where it's found support at over here, and also up here at 71,050. And I guess the reason why I do this is, without these lines, it sort of, I feel lost sometimes. If I look at another chart here, say VMS, I've got ones from prior times here, back in where it was 3 cents. It came back down here and stayed here and bobbed up and down. But, you think about it, if you were to buy here, and if you were to risk maybe, 10%, you've got kind of, a bit more to gain potentially if it goes up. When it went up here, it went up 27% before coming back down a little bit, of course, but then it kept going. And the buy signal here potentially would be to buy on the support or buy on the resistance break of here or here. And as you can see, if you did that, and if you stayed in with maybe you would have gotten stocked out potentially, but depending on your risk, you would have gone on a very good bull tear. And your support now, currently, I've got mine placed at 5.2. I bought on 5.3 the other day, and I sold just in the middle here at 6. Mainly because I know it's not doing much at all at the moment, and it looks like it's going to come down a little bit. It could potentially make a lower high and move up. We shall see. I've got an alert set for 5.5 due to a recent capital raise at 5.5 cents, and a resistance level here at 7.2, where I've also sold on the prior run up here. Let's have another look at another one, ADN. We can see back in last year, sadly I wasn't always in this trade here because it didn't do much for quite a few months, from June to September. But again, if you had an alert set here at 55, you're on this bull tear, and if you had a stop loss in, it wouldn't have been hit when it hit here, the resistance level here. Would have kept going. Potentially, I would have watched, and I would have potentially sold here, where it was at resistance again, just to see what happens, because a lot of the times it can fall back down. But in this case, I would have been wrong, because it next day it shot up and kept going all the way up to where it is now at 28.5 cents. And you can see the other resistance and support levels that I've drawn. We're sort of in the middle of one right here. So there's many factors that you use to buy a stock, but support and resistance levels I find by far are the simplest, the easiest. A lot of people can tell you where the high is, and a lot of people can tell you where it's dropped back down to. It's just taking note of them and realizing that they exist, and knowing that if you've bought not on them, potentially you might have bought in a wrong spot. It depends on what your buy signal is. Let's have another look at potentially CBA, one of Australia's bigger companies. Not sure why I've placed one here. Oh, because it's fallen back down here, but potentially one here because it's come back and hit this $82 quite a few times. And it looks a little bit oversold, but I don't see any reason to buy it, yet. I don't see I wouldn't be touching this one just yet. I'd be waiting and seeing what happens with the market as a whole. M&S. I bought it at 280, and thankfully that was also a capital raise price. I am a little bit concerned about a gap here. I might do a video about gaps and why they are significant. But for now, I'll stay in this trade because that presents about a 10% loss of where I am currently, and I'm comfortable with that. If that happens, I would probably buy more and risk, because the gap has been filled, and a lot of other people have noticed the gap as well, so they would buy it up. And you've also got a lot of good things fundamentally coming with M&S. And resistance I've got placed at 360 because it closed there one day, but struggled to get past there again. Zip, let's have a look. Zip again is another one. Had resistance for a long time there at $10.50. It had support at arguably these points here. They're not exact. They're around this price, that $7-8 mark. On one day it went up and touched it, tested it, and it decided, no, I'm not ready yet. Consolidated for a few days, came back up again. I should have had an alert there because, of course, the next day when it tried it again, it hit it with a bit more volume, continued up, and now we're here. Sort of in the middle. You're right smack bang in between resistance and then prior support being the previous high, and here as well. And here where it touched it on Thursday. Right smack bang in the middle. Who knows where that's going to go? No one. If they try and tell you otherwise, they don't. You can just make calculated, risk-assessed notes on, okay, if it touches here, potentially have a look at it. Take a trade, set a stop loss for whatever you're comfortable with, and see how it goes. So that is a quick overview of support and resistance levels. Let me know if you want to see me cover something else in another video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and go join our Facebook page as well, where we share a lot of good charts, and we try to have a lot of good people in it. People who want to learn, people who have been trading for years, all sorts of people. So go have a look, but let me know your thoughts. And happy trading. Again, nothing said in this video is to be used as a buy or sell recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor, and please do your own research. Thanks again, and have a great day.